I sat at the table with the man who is eating meat and vegetables with us and crying like a baby. Or not because of anything that had happened that day, but just through a realization of where he was and what life was like. Welcome to Leading Leaders Podcast, 5-minute videos, 5 days a week. I'm J Loren Norris with Leading Leaders Podcast. A few years back, I had an opportunity to go to Cuba. And in Cuba, we spent some time with locals. And at one point, one of the guys who was serving us as an interpreter, as a translator, was enjoying a meal with us as we were transitioning from one part of the day to the next. And he sat at the table with us as a teaching team, and we were just having a conversation. As he started to cry, I asked him, why are you crying? He said, you don't understand. To have a bowl of food that actually has meat in it, that's a once-a-year occurrence for us. Once a year. This is like Thanksgiving. And he said the amount of meat that's in this bowl right now would normally be shared among my entire household. The idea that I can sit here right now and eat everything that's in this bowl until I'm full and go back and refill it if I want to is beyond my comprehension. My children have never known that experience. And I want so much to take this bowl of food and shove it in my pocket and sneak home to my family and enjoy it with them. I wish they were here with me. And see, that's a realistic experience daily in the life of socialism as it eventually manifests itself. But sure, the idea of free healthcare and free education, all of those things were embedded in the pie presentation. But see, nobody tells you when you walk into the bakery that gorgeous pie is going to go straight to your gut. That one pie a week or one pie a month and suddenly your pants won't fit right. One pie a week or one pie a month, and in 3 or 4 years, your doctor is going to be telling you you're overweight, you have heart disease, you have diabetes, you could have dementia or Alzheimer's as a result of one pie a month. Too much of that sweet thing is going to get you. And see, it doesn't seem logical that too much education will get you. Well, it doesn't. But too much of a free thing that you don't have to work for, eventually whoever's paying for the free runs out. It happened in Cuba, and it happened in Venezuela, and it happened in the USSR, and it happened in many other places where communism became the way of the world. And here's my strange question to everybody. When the people reached the point, the breaking point, that we can't do 1,000,000% inflation, to watch these rulers and dictators wander through small towns, as Chavez used to do, and point to a place and go, I like that building. Who owns that building? And when they were told it was a private property, he would say, expatriate it, make it mine. And they would literally change the ownership from an individual who ran a small business or from an individual who owned a nice house and now make it property of the government so they could redistribute the wealth. But oddly enough, it never got redistributed. The tyrants got richer and richer and richer and richer, and the people got poorer and poorer and poorer, and the government had more and more and more and more, but only the elite had access to it, and the people got free education that wasn't worth having and free healthcare that wasn't worth having. And yes, you don't pay for it, but who wants it at that state? People whose parents were doctors who lived well before the government took over and made them perform all their services free. They took on odd jobs, illegally selling meat out of the back of an ambulance, according to some, just to make ends meet. This is the eventual reality of the pie in the window. It looks like a great dessert, but it's going to pay off in something that eventually will destroy you. Here's my question for you, though. If communism, if socialism is so wonderful, even if that communism, that socialism and its wonderfulness has been demonstrated in the Slavic states or in Sweden and Norway and Denmark or in Russia or Cuba or Venezuela, why is it that when they flee those places, they come to America? If America becomes what Venezuela is, if America becomes what Cuba is, where will they go now? If the socialism, if the communism, if the wonderfulness of all the free stuff was what they wanted, wouldn't they bring that to us? Well, that's what the elites are trying to do. But the common people who are running from it aren't coming here to get more of it. They're coming here to get free of it. And ironically, they're not running to all these places that they call socialist or communist heavens. That's not where they're going. They're coming to a free republic where private property rights still exist, where the Second Amendment still exists, where the right to associate with whoever you want to still exists, where those things are cherished and for over 200 years have been fought for. Sure, we're not perfect. America has done things wrong. But compared to all of the places that some are trying to make America become, none of their refugees have run anywhere else but to here. And if we change this into what they used to be, we will one day be what they today are. And then where will they go? Where will we go? I'm J Loren Norris with Leading Leaders Podcast for Tell It Like It Is TV. Have a blessed day. Subscribe now for our extensive video library of leadership lessons promoting faith, family, and freedom.